Hey everyone, it's Wulfrun here, and this video has been taking a little bit longer than I anticipated to make, partly because several things have happened which haven't been great. Firstly, I had to leave my corp over a personal issue. They've been a great bunch of people, and I'd really enjoyed playing the game with them, but there was one issue I didn't see eye to eye with the corp, and so I decided, unfortunately, that I had to leave, and so I did. So I've spent time moving all my stuff, and so at the moment I'm back into low and high sec Corp Plus while I decide what to do next. I'm sure I'll do something. It's fine. And in addition to that, I suffered another PvP loss, which is just awful. So annoying. So I got myself arbitrated covert ops because I wanted to have a go with one. I'm semi-skilled into cruisers with my PvP character that I can do these with drones, which is fantastic. And I was going to have a go, and I went out and I had a good session. Didn't get any kills with it, but got close and had played some cat and mouse with a corp out in Delve, and they'll know who they are. So it was a good bit of fun. Unfortunately, later on, I was travelling and not paying attention, and I jumped straight into a one arbitrator into a gate camp, and they successfully wiped out my covert ops. Pretty much 2 days, I think, a day or 2 days after I just built it. So that was pretty painful. Pretty painful loss, adding into more dents into the old ISK bank, and so dealing between all those things is taking me a bit longer than I want. So firstly, everyone watching no doubt wants to know the outcome of the video in respect of the giveaway, and the winner of the giveaway is Athena Beast, which I'll put up. You've got that. That's the result there. I ran on Comment Picker to randomly pick the winner. So Athena, if you can contact me to let me know which interceptor you want and your in-game name to send for me to send it to. Let me know. There's a Discord link, so I've just set up a Discord server, so you can go on the Discord, either send me a message directly or leave something on the general. I haven't set up any other channels yet, so you can communicate with me. That's absolutely fine, and I'll get that sorted for you. Congratulations on that. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a video about my reprocessing alt. I've been through how I make ISK and an overview of it in a previous video, because I'd had quite a few questions. How can I afford the faction battle cruisers and all those sorts of things. Sorry, faction cruisers and the faction ships I've got, which I've lost several times. So it's multiple costs. And as part of the overview, I briefly looked at reprocessing, and this is my reprocessing alt. That's what he's been sitting in Jita and pretty much does. He makes a lot of money, a lot of ISK for my characters to spend on the various ships that I inevitably lose, and it's done basically two ways. So the first thing I'll do is I want to show you the skills. As you can see, I've got next to nothing in anything to do with ships. Doesn't go out with Jita. He may have taken a trip to Alikara once to go pick something up. That's pretty much it. Industrial, I've got a little. The only focus was reprocessing. So the first thing I got up was scrap metal reprocessing. I haven't done 555 because it is an improvement yet of 5%. I think it will take something absurd like 17 or 18 days. So I will at some point do it, but at the moment I'm focusing on blueprints because that's the other income generation stream I use with this character. The main focus has been to get trade up a bit, so I can have orders open. I do need to do a bit more of that, and I've got accounting up to reduce the fees because, of course, the whole thing's about this whole thing is about margins, as I'll go into that. So, in terms of the skills, so you can actually just see, and the other thing I've got is I'm very heavily into blueprint manufacture. I'm going to finish off 555 on Garistas. The reason is partly I'm going to go for the rattlesnake, and I am probably going to buy the ship debris myself if I can get it full. anything approximating a decent price and roll the dice on doing the invention myself in an effort to save money, which will probably end up costing me more. But when I come around to that, I will do a video showing that. But I do a little bit of blueprints, but at the moment the prices have been going down, so I've put that on pause. I have got a bit of, I've got rid of the pathology, that's the cognitive neuroscience. So that's basically what he's skilled in. Is now Tech 8, and that's going to help with blueprints more than anything else. And what I want to do is I basically reprocess two things. I reprocess what my other clones get from the ratting on the missions, rather than selling that on the market, because I can change that into minerals which generally value better than the market. Not necessarily. You have to go through that yourself and decide what's better. And what I'm generally faced with is I'll come on here maybe twice a day, and at the moment I've got all these things which have been sent over. These Metal 5 modules, Metal level 5 modules are now capable of being reprocessed. They produce quite a lot, and I'll often be faced with a lot of this. Just mountains and mountains of the same items. And the reason is I'm showing you these remote capacity batteries because that's what I recently bought a lot of. He has a lot of capital to show you that. So I've bought another one. That came in from a lot of the capital came in recently from selling some stock I had by contract. And you'll see I've got quite a lot of market orders out. I in fact have sold a lot of minerals. So basically what I do is I reprocess these things. I'll go back in here. We'll just do stack everything for a second. Anything of value that I got from ratting I'm already selling. I already know this stuff is generally not worth selling individually. I'm better off reprocessing for the minerals. So you can see I've got quite a lot of stuff, but the stuff I bought, and I'm going to go over that process. So there's a lot of stuff from ratting, and all you do is just pick it all up. There's a fair bit of it. I've bought some magnetic field things as well. Yep. Finish what's meta level. Anyway, that's fine. And then you just hit reprocess, and that would have produced. There's sometimes a bit of a bug where it doesn't seem to reprocess everything. It has, it just for some reason shows it again. So if I do that, it won't actually show it. So this is what all that's given me is 3.5 million titanium, 840,000 pyrite, oxalium, oxygen, noxium, zydrine. It's actually 4,000 zydrine I had already in stock, and the megasite. So I mean, you all know this process. I'll just stack it, and then I can sell it. Now, that's before I get to that. Effectively, I'm going to switch to the spreadsheet so you can see how this works, because it's not just a case of you can pick up any. Well, you can pick up any item on the market, reprocess it, and sell the minerals, but you're not guaranteed to make a profit. I'm going to tell you how to do it, but I'm not going to tell you. I'm not going to tell you what to do in terms of. Well, I'm not going to tell you all the figures. They're out there. It's taken me a long time to pull together my spreadsheet, and I'm just going to. So this is the spreadsheet. I'm not going to give you all the data. Basically, I have pulled down all the so you can see the totals I've got, the titanium pyrite, so I know how much each of these various items reprocess for. All that data is out there for you to find if you want to go find it. It's not just finding it, I double checked those figures, so I know they're right. So I know I've got the correct figures for the reprocessing. It's worked out to my skill, which is 554, which is important because you get obviously more materials for the higher level skill. Obviously, I pull in market prices for the minerals here. Now these are from Eve Market Data API. It's the only API I've found. It did stop working for a while, as I understand the guy who was doing it was away. It is working at the moment. If it doesn't work, I will go on to the G2 market and then put in manually a ballpark price, I think, and then of course my figures get reworked accordingly for whatever is I'm looking at. So ideally I want the market prices, but basically it's important you have the whatever you think is the correct market price for the minerals setup. Here you must take account of tax and sales, broker fee and tax. Although it looks little, it has a huge impact on your profit margin. So you need to know exactly what it is. It's going to cost you not only to reprocess what you're going to get, how much it's going to cost you to sell all that, because it will cut in. And then of course I figured out my minimum purchase price. Actually, that's wrong. That's my maximum purchase price and the profit I'll make from the item. So what I've left the data out for is, for example, the remote cap transfer batteries that you saw there. So I know when I'm looking at the market, and I'll go back and look at the market, that I can buy them for 26,439 ISK for each Mark V small remote cap transfer battery, reprocess it, sell the minerals I reprocess, making sure I sell them at the prices I've got here, and I will make a 10% profit ish. That's the profit margin I can give myself. If I buy this for less, the profit margin goes up, and that's exactly what I want to do. But that's, I know, is the most I can pay. After that, it doesn't become worth it. So I've worked it out. So keeping the same percentage, obviously, on the bigger items, I will pick up more risk. And so effectively that's it. That's the calculation. You're going to have to do it yourself. You're going to have to put all that data in and figure out how to do it. But that's what it does. Well, that's how I do it. So if I switch back to here, I know that titanium at the moment on my sheet is worked out at 3 ISK. So it's not on market, so I'll sell it for 3. It's 10 million. Pyrite I will sell. I've worked it out at 34.1. In fact, I'll sell it for 35. G always goes a little bit more. Sometimes it doesn't sell, and I'll have to look at it again. But I'll go for 35, which actually squeezes a bit more profit out of what is. There's about 30 million's worth of pyrite. I'll sell my Maxellian. Alright, so 29. Isogen. Isogen 91. Noxium 1280. I may not sell the Zydrine yet. I normally wait for that to get a bit bigger. Maybe 15, 17 at the moment. I'll probably leave it for a little bit and build up a bigger stock of it. So those all go out for sale, and obviously I'll get the income as and when they sell. So you can see here all the things I've got out for sale. It'll get picked up. It won't get picked up. It'll get put back to me. I'll lose a bit on the fees if that happens. But generally, I make. Well, I do. I know I make a profit, and a very good one. If I keep on looking, particularly I pick up the items. So if we go look at the market itself, in fact, I've just realised I've improved my accounting fees for the spreadsheet, so I'll probably make it even bit more profit than I thought. So while I remember, I'll just change that. And so if we go look at the thing we were talking about, remote capacity transfer batteries, or transmitters, and we know that Mark V small is 26,838. So there is nothing on the market. All of this would, if I bought this, I'd barely make any ISK. If I bought this, I'd lose ISK, and that's not even in Jita. So go look at the best price in Jita is 42,000. Wildly too much, I'm not paying that for it. But what I can do is look here. I can see that there is a buy order in Jita at 22,500. In fact, I think that's my buy order. Yeah, that's my buy order. So I'm not going to compete with myself by putting another one in. So you can put a buy order in, which is simply you go initiate acquisition. If I wanted to beat the current one in, I could do 22,600, which I'm sure one of you people watching it will do. Okay, I don't know, buy 200 units. That'll cost you 4,800,000 with the fees, but there will be a fee as part of that. But of course, I'm getting it for. See, I've already sold the isogen, or a bit of the isogen. You'll get, those will accrue over time, and you'll be able to reprocess them. So if you look at the Mark 7s, that's really cheap. I generally won't travel if I can get it for. I forgot. For some reason, it always loads really slowly. So that's well within the price. My price is 50,000 ISK at the moment, so I'm actually making 10,000. I'm making triple what I would expect on the make on that. I know it's only 6, but I'd normally just quickly rattle through, buy any orders in the market that work for me. That's probably going to be it that works for me. And just check it out. I know that that's well worth me putting in something here. And even by Mark 9s, well, there's nothing there that interests me, and it's exactly the same for the mediums. So the mediums, well, example of if I have it delivered, yep, that works. Keep the people who want to do delivery in business. So I'll have things delivered. I'm not going to bother doing trips. I really am. So, but you always got to check. That's still fine for me. So it's important. There's a big difference in the skill gap. At some point, this will become. But you get the point. I'd go through and get all the things that I want to get, have it delivered, and then as things will start to turn up, I'll log on. As I said, twice a day I'll do some buys. So I've already got some things here that I bought, and I'll do some buys. That's how I do reprocessing. So it's reprocessing with the ratting, that helps, and the reprocessing doing that. So I sell it for minerals. Sometimes I keep the minerals. I'll transfer it back because if you watch the previous video, you'll see that I lost the cinnamon and I built it myself. I did the invention on this alt, and then I did the build on this alt. Sorry, got the minerals from the ratting, and I transferred them across to my main alt, who can do. He's got, I think, 5 in cruisers in the industry, so I built it because it saved money, and so that's really effectively what I do. This will provide you a decent and regular ISK income that is effectively very low involvement. I'll log on to this one twice a day, maybe 10 minutes, do a couple of things, spend a bit of the capital, go away, come back, redo it. It doesn't take me very long, but it's regular and produces income. So that's one of the ways I make ISK. So I just wanted to show you that how effective that method is. I made that part of the video a couple of days ago. So we're back on the same alt, and firstly, as you can see, if I go into the item hanger, in fact I've reprocessed what I had, and I've got a whole load more minerals to sell. I had, I think, 460 million, 460 to invest. We're now 2 days later, and I've got a total 344. That's not a loss. It may look like a loss. It's not a loss, because there's 344 million in ISK that I've got to hand, and then I've got invested ISK, and we can see I've got 25 million out in sell orders, and I've got 325 million in buy orders out on the market, so that's another 350, and I've got a decent chunk in minerals. I don't think, let's see what it's going to estimate it at. 50 million, which is probably about right. It's not a huge amount there. There's a bit there. So, I've gone from 460 million to 708 million in 2 days. Or it's like 200 million a day. It's doable. I do this twice a day. I do it once in the morning, once in the evening, 10 minutes each time, and it works pretty effectively to make the ISK. Now you could go further. I just do it on modules. You could reprocess debris, figure out because that debris produces various things that you can use in rig manufacture, and that could be an effective way. I'm sure some people do that, but I focus on the modules and doing the minerals, and that works for me. So I just wanted to show you that it is a very effective way of making ISK if you put the groundwork in. And I said I'm not going to give you all the figures, so it did take me some time to set up, but once it's set up, it's a regular thing I can just do and make ISK. I hope this video helped. If there's ways that you make ISK and you're willing to share, by all means let me know. If you think there's something I could do better, by all means let me know, because I'd like to know how I can make more ISK to fund more of my stupid mistakes. That'd be great. And generally give me a like, subscribe. The support so far has been absolutely fantastic since the last video. I have grown massively in subs, and I welcome all of that support. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for watching if you made it to the end of the video.